Okay. So, with aiming, there are two methods of aiming. There's one that pretty much everyone knows about, which is like natural aiming. It's probably what you already do. You're very slowly, kind of, you know, you're aiming.
Target practice.
One of the issues with this, though, is that there can be a delay between what you already, like, you've played the game for hundreds of hours. You fucking know how the game works. You know how bullets travel. You know their drop. You know all of this stuff. But you're consciously thinking about it. And so your brain's trying to sort all of this different fucking information from 500 different folders so that it can get you the relevant piece of information. Right? Like, it's slow. It's cumbersome. It's a burden, really. But most of the time, what some professionals do, not all of them, I shouldn't say most of the time, but what quite a few professionals do is called flick aiming. And with flick aiming, the idea is that you're focusing on a central point and then pivoting your aim around that point. You're flicking, right? So I'm aiming at this bridge, right? Well, now I can just flick over and I'm flicking over towards my target. Now, granted, I'm doing this very poorly. As you can tell. In my defense, I've been playing other games, so, you know, my aim is not what it used to be. But you'll notice both of those shots were headshots. The benefit of flick aiming is that you're letting your brain do the aiming for you. So you're more or less saying, okay, I don't want to think about this. Brain, get me no scope 420 Blazes. And your brain will, because it knows what you want to do. It wants to do that thing. Like, it's just being blocked by, like, it's being impeded upon by your thinking about it. One of the other benefits of doing this way, though, is that if you're in, like, the training mode or whatever, you'll notice that most of my shots here are hitting within this little radius. Now, what that actually means, though, is that when I'm flicking, this is where I think like my body is letting go here. It thinks that this is here. So my sensitivity is probably a bit too low. So I could then up my sensitivity and, you know, see where I'm landing then. Now, granted, this all also has to deal with, like, how much you've played each character, if they're hit scan, if they're projectile based, whatever. Like, I've played Hanzo for 2 hours out of 265. So, I mean, it's not the most indicative of anything ever. You know, like, I'm not good as, you know, Hanzo. But that does let you, you know, kind of say, okay, like, this lets you figure out what you're doing wrong. And again, like there, I just fired 4 shots into that corner. So maybe my sensitivity was a bit too high. Maybe I'm not used to the distance here. You know, there's any number of reasons why your aim could be off, but this lets you kind of figure out where your sensitivity should be, where it is, and, you know, all that.
Double kill.